Hey y'all, welcome back to DJ Outdoors. Today, we'll be picking some weeds out of my garden, because as you can see, it's getting kind of overran with them, and stuff's just everywhere. So I'm going to fix up the garden today, and let's hope that I can get it looking better, looking more like what this place looks like. But I still have a bunch to pick through here, but I'm going to work on potatoes, because they're just looking like grass. So let's get to it. All right, I started a little bit. Still kind of rough. There's stuff that's still needs to be pulled. I'm just showing you real quick. I got big piles already, but it's looking better than it was. You can actually see where they're at. This one is getting tore up by some kind of bug. I don't know what kind, but it's all tore up, and so is this one, which he's right next to him, so that makes sense, and so is this one. So don't know what's doing it, but we're gonna have to work on pulling the rest of these weeds and then trying to straighten up these tomato plants. This one actually it's probably as straight as it's gonna get. I kind of balled it up actually and twisted the branches in on itself so that it's basically gonna grow like that big old bush. So whatever. I got way too many tomato plants than what I need. So all right, let's get to picking. A video of this before, and this looks like kind of like the same worm, but they all look the same because they're worms. But this is what you want when you're looking around in your soil. You want there to be a bunch of worms, and this dude's a really healthy one, doing really good, aerating my soil, making new soil. It was perfect. That's what you want to see. I'm gonna put him right there by the base of that tomato plant, and he'll dig himself down in there and make himself a new home. But throw that trash out of here. But picking up some more, getting this corner in, getting around these plants, trying to pick out best as I can to make it look better. And we're gonna show you something with this stuff. Don't throw it out of your garden, but leave it back in your garden, because whatever you want to take out of your garden, you need to put back into your garden as food. Because as much as you don't think of it, these plants, the reason why they're growing is because the soil's good, they're getting nutrients, and they're growing good. So you want to put this back into your soil somehow, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. All right, so sort of with the worm, have in here, if you look at him, slug. He's in here eating all these wood chips along with these little mites and everything else. This little spider running across. There's a ecosystem in the soil for this ecosystem. So that's just what you need to do. Make sure your soil's an ecosystem for other things, and then your plants will do good. Right on. Now I'll take you to turning this stuff back into food for your garden. All right, you can see a big difference. I gotta put these back how they were laying, so that way they don't get hurt. But I don't really like my potatoes being all viney like that, because if they're putting nutrients into building their vines, and they're not putting nutrients into building their potatoes. That's how I see it. But it's probably because I didn't get the soil ground up enough underneath of it. Probably over to this side it's harder, so they don't have much of a base to grow them in. I'll do better next year, but we won't know till we bust open the dirt anyway. But looks way better than it did, and got all of this out. And so how you want to save it is get you a 5-gallon bucket. Simplest way. They're easy, they're cheap. And just take all your greens, just stuff them in this bucket as deep as you can. Oh, that plucks more. But just as much as you can into your buckets. And then what's going to happen is it's basically going to cook in there, and in about 2 days time, not even that, probably just a day, just a hot day, of these sitting out in the sun, what happens is it all starts breaking down, dies, and then nothing that's in there will be acceptable for growing. Like, it won't want to try to regrow. It'll be too dead. The seeds will have from all the heat, because this is going to create a bunch of heat, it'll kill them off, and you want to wait till this will come out in a solid brick when it's done, basically solid, like lump of hay. And I just set this in a corner of your garden and forget about it. Let it be there. And then when it's all messed up, what you do is you dig up your soil around your plants and then put them around it and bury them. And then what happens is it starts to decompose more. And then, like I said, the ecosystem in your soil, what will happen is worms will come in to eat that. Bugs will come in to eat that. Then they'll make holes, irrigation, and then it's way better for your soil. But picked up half of them. I didn't pick up this side, but getting to that part now, and then I'll pluck through my beans. But I don't want to show you my beans. I showed them a little bit, but now they're kicking ass, so I'm gonna wait till my second harvesting video. But I'm gonna harvest some of these radishes. Since y'all seen that, I'm just gonna start picking them free will. But let's get to picking some more weeds and I'll show you the end product. Weeds so I don't mess it up. But this is also a system of irrigation that it can happen if your soil is good and has all these worms and bugs in it. What's going to happen is it's going to attract moles, and moles will, of course, they dig big tunnels underneath the ground, and they split up the ground, and it's basically like a tiller, and aerates it really well. There's a big tunnel going through the ground as big as a mole, and it normally stays open. And so when water goes in, there's an inch gap like that all the way through its tunnel that fills full of water and gets to the roots of the plants. So that's what we're looking for too. Always plant your garden where the mole digs. Man, he's bigger. Yeah, I mean, look at the snake. Lucy, get out of there. Go. Get out of the corn. Come on. Fuck. That tail's a killer. Sit down. Sit down. No, not come towards me. Sit. It's a worm. Fucking non-listening motherfucker. Not showing too much of the peppers and the green beans and some of the tomatoes because they're starting to come on too. Because I'm going to say that for another video, but I'm going to show you this quick cleanup that I did. There's still scraggles everywhere, but it's not near as bad as before. And I'll come through here with a rake or something and just rake it up and get the soil loose again. But only really want to do that around the plants, because if not, then you'll have erosion, and erosion's not good because all your soil is just going to go down and then get spread out, and you lost it. You lost all the stuff you've been working for. So do as little tilling as possible after you till the first time, and just start raking up mounds around your root bases that way, and rake up soil to the top. That way it would wash down and have a chance to stop before it gets out. But I got 1, 2, 3 more piles of grass just from this little area here. But I'm just gonna leave them on the ground. They'll dry out since they're in a big pile. I'll probably just put them all in one big pile, and then once that's done, I'll throw them in it, because it won't take but a day. So by the time I get home tomorrow, I'll be able to dump that out, and I'll just bury it in my soil or put it around my tomato plants or around the pepper plants, because that, once it's dead and dying, it'll hold in moisture and keep the soil from eroding away at the roots. And over here on this tomato plant, I noticed you can see that. Look at all the roots. That's crazy. Well, Willie's all the way over there. All right, well, that's weeding a little bit of the garden without showing you too much of it, and how to compost it and give it back to your soil. All right, guys, thank you for watching. It's just a quick little video of the garden, weeding it, and not showing you too much because I'm gonna do another garden harvesting video pretty soon, because stuff's getting ready to pop. So stay tuned, like and subscribe if you want to see all that, and leave a comment for what else you want to see. Thank you. It's been a few days since I last filmed, and I filmed taking this stuff. I put some fresh stuff on it, so it's kind of green, but if you look at it, see how dead it is? I'm just gonna keep leaving it in there. But today is gonna be my harvesting. I'm gonna throw it with the weed picking video, and I'm gonna harvest some potatoes because my grandpa said he wanted some potatoes. I gave him some radishes, and he said he wanted some potatoes. So I'm gonna dig up this plant and see how many we get. If it's not enough, I'm gonna dig up this one and see what we get. But they should be enough now to where they're at least this big, if not bigger. So we'll see what we got. Let's get to digging. All right, how I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna cut this plant out first, but I know it's there. And I'm just gonna slowly do this. I don't wanna do it too hard, because then you'll just cut into your potatoes. You gotta be real careful when you do this to not get your stuff. But I'll bring you back when I find the potatoes. As I found the potatoes, along with a bunch of worms, this is what I was talking about, having good soil. There's just worms everywhere, literally everywhere in this soil. But here's our first potato. As you can see, I nicked it, but it's okay. Just comes out of the dirt just like that. Nice little round tomato, or potato, sorry. There's one little one right here. Cut it too. But there's two. And then that one, no, it's a rock. But let me try not to hit these worms, because they're good for the soil. So I'm gonna keep digging, just slowly, just like this. You just stick it in there and scrape back. But I'll bring you back when I find all of them, unless that was all of them. Hopefully not. Oh yeah, there's another one right there. I think, no, it's a rock. Well, let's try to find some more. I'll come back. It looks like we're gonna have to dig out this plant. I dug that deep and didn't find any more, so I'm assuming that's all it grew. But hopefully these other plants produce better. Let's check. Cut 2 in half, but they're tiny. But I'm not happy with how much they're producing. Wish they would produce more. Gonna take this plant too, I guess. And if this one is not doing anything, then I'll tell him that they just ain't growing. But I'll give him these ones and hopefully more. I hope this one has a lot, because I don't want to walk up there with just a few potatoes. I want to make sure he gets right. So let's get to digging more. Harvested the potatoes. Hit a few more, but they ain't even growing big yet. They're still pink, but a little too early for him. But that's enough to give him, and he'll be happy. But I hope that doesn't resonate with the rest of them, where they ain't really growing potatoes. That'd be sad. But got some for him. And let's look at our peppers and stuff. I haven't showed you in a while. Look at all these peppers growing on this plant. See all of them peppers? None of them are ready yet. Some of them are about ready. but they ain't ready yet, but it's putting them off like wildfire. Look at that. That one's good. Almost ready. I'll give it 2 more days or so and it'll be ready. But this one over here, I'm gonna pick. This bell pepper right here. Look at that one. It's a nice one. There's another nice one growing on it. So I'm gonna pick it. Oh, don't wanna crack it. But then there's a nice bell pepper that's spicy. It's a spicy bell pepper. I don't know what these black dots are on it. Oh, they're scraping off, so I'm assuming it's just dirt. Well, got a pepper and some potatoes. So there's a pepper. I'm just gonna set it down. This pepper plant, same thing. It's producing 2 on it right there and there, and then a bunch of little ones are coming on it. Sunflowers are coming up nicely here. Not too many of them, but enough. And of course the radishes. And I'll probably have a few more to get. Yep, there's one there. I'm gonna give these to him too, because he likes these. So, nope. Nope. I'll go ahead and pick that one. Ooh, big nice fruit on that one. That one I'll leave. That one I'll pick. Look at that one. That's a pretty one. Look at that big one. Wow. Another nice one right there. Another nice one right here. There's one. There's another one. I'll go ahead and pick him. I'm gonna leave those guys. I'll pick him. Pick this old one. That one I'll leave. Pick this one on the outer edge right here. Come on now. All right. Got a decent amount of radishes again. I'll set these over. I'll set these over here with the potatoes. Wow. Now they're over there with the potatoes. Now we're gonna go over to my green beans. Tomatoes are coming on too. They're not ready yet, but here are my green beans. So we're gonna pick what's ready. So here's one. How you know they're ready is when they get them bulbs on them, but they look fat. So I'm gonna keep on picking these. 1. Here's 2, 3, 4. They just grow on these vines like that. That's 5, 6, 7 right here. Yeah, you get the gist. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these so you just watch me pick green beans. So I'm gonna pick the rest that are ready and then come back with the full count. It's our harvest. All that. This pepper. I could probably pick this jalapeno if I really wanted to. All right. So 22 green beans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potatoes. Put quotation marks because damn, they're small. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more radishes. So that's something to give my grandpa, and I think he'll be really happy with it. And he won't be expecting the green beans. Told him I'd get him more radishes too, and these will be surprises too. He won't know about the green beans or the peppers, but I think he'll like it. All right, well, I'm gonna put this with the weeding video and send her out to you all. Ooh, oh, it's a shotgun shell. I thought that was a potato. Ain't that crazy? All right. Well, thank you all for watching. And until next time, please like, subscribe, and comment what you would like to see gardens putting off. So you should start seeing some more harvesting videos. All right. Y'all have a good day.